All right, we'll get started in just a second. If you're on YouTube, which I know Mike is, can you confirm that you can hear us? We're trying a new microphone, and I think we've got it working. I just want to make sure you guys can hear us okay. So, Mike, can you confirm on YouTube? All good? Cool. All right. Speaking of Mike, his favorite day of the week are simple and light day, or whatever Mike called it, simple and gentle day. We've got our deload day today. So, all right, Mike can hear us all right. Okay.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters is Officer Mike can hear us. So, we before we get into class, Mira and I went and visited the Don today. He had a very nice little rosemary plant he gave Mira as a belated birthday present. Don't worry, we did nice, safe social distancing and all that sort of thing. But the Don misses everybody, says hi to everybody, and he's been keeping up with his workouts, but misses the camaraderie and the community of the in-person classes, as do all of us. But
he was a little grouchy, a little spicy.
But I think he might try to make some of these, virtual classes, YouTube classes, or whatever here pretty soon. So anyway, reach out to the Don. He misses you guys. Reach out, say hi to him. But he's doing all right and is ready to get back at it with everybody else. So deload day today. Do you want to do a warm up for us? Mira will take us through the warm up, and then we'll have just kind of a shorter workout and then more stretching afterwards.
Okay. Let's go ahead and just start with our wrists, fingers together. Fold over, and nice extension. Okay. A few wrist circles one way, a few wrist circles the other way. Hands together and up over your head, and then down. Up over your head, down.
It's a new one.
Okay, and then make right ankles, right side up, and then left arm down, and then kind of pulse a couple of times, and then switch. Pulse a couple of times.
This is actually Mira trying to teach me to dance.
Pulse a couple of times. One more time on each side. Okay, let's go hip circles. And switch directions to the left-hand side. Let's go reach down, grab our toes, pull ourselves into a squat. Think about keeping that spine nice and tall. Reach on up, high up towards the ceiling. Switch sides, high up towards the ceiling. Switch sides, again high up towards the ceiling. Again, high up towards the ceiling. Good. Go ahead and actually sit down now. And we're going to make figure 4 with our feet. So one foot or one leg kind of parallel to your front, and then the other one perpendicular to that, so you're in a figure 4 position. Then go ahead and switch sides and kind of come forward, and switch sides, come forward. Try to stay really nice and tall. Forward, switch sides, forward. One more time on the other side, forward. Now what we're going to do is we're going to switch sides again, and you're going to come all the way up onto that front foot so that you get some ankle work. Okay, and then switch sides, all the way up onto that front foot for some ankle work. This is good for your hips, ankles, thoracic. Good. Other side. Good. Good. One more time on the other side. Okay. And then from here, we're just going to go quadruped And we're gonna do some cat cows. So really thinking about flexing and extending the spine, right? So big, I don't know if this one's the cat or the cow, but here, all the way up towards the ceiling, and then chest all the way down to the ground. Back on up again. Back down. Back on up again. Back down. Okay, and then from here, last one, we're just gonna go ahead and do some of those shoulder circles. Gonna make big circles with locked straight arms. Okay, and then go the other way. Big circles with locked straight arms. Okay,
That it?
let's go.
All right, guys, good workout. See you next time. I think Mira's been getting a little more into the jiu-jitsu than I had expected, because that was like a straight like jiu-jitsu warm-up, the little rolly things from side to side that we just did. We got jiu-jitsu.
Oh. I learned that from GFM.
Oh, yeah, allegedly. All right, so we'll go ahead and get into the deload workout now. Again, it's not meant to be a terribly difficult one. If you're somebody that you have more than one kettlebell, then go ahead and pick one
Grab
that's
your light one.
on the light side for today. And then if you just have the one, again, that's what we sort of have been basing all of this off of anyway. And so just stick with, of course, the regular one that you have. And you've got the option to do some of the exercises even with an invisible kettlebell if you want to take it even a little bit easier for today. So it'll be organized where we'll just call out what to do right as we do it, but we're going to set the timer that's on the wall behind the camera here. We'll get that set up to beep every minute, and we'll just follow along with that. I think, you want to go first this time, and we'll go I go, or vice versa? Sure. Yeah, sure. So Mira will go first, you can watch her, and then you and I will be going together. Our first one is going to be two-handed swings for a set of 10 reps. And we don't need our swings to be like 110% powerful today. Just, keep them crisp, of course. But the deload days are the best days where if there's a technical component that you're working on, today's a great day to try to fine-tune that. It could be making sure that your knees straighten all the way on your swings. I've been working with some of our virtual personal training people to work on that. Actually, it's fresh in my mind, where their swings are often still bent at the knees at the top. So pick your one thing that you want to work on and then try to fine tune that today. So, all right, again, two-handed swings for 10 on the first set. Mira will do first, and then you and I will match right after. All right, ready, Mira? 2, 1, go. And 10. All right, we're up for 10 together.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice and easy.
Nice and easy. All right, next one we're going to do a variation of a Turkish get-up, just called a half get-up. So we're only going to go up to the tall sit. But Mira's going to do 2 in a row, both on the left side. And then after she does 2 in a row, then we'll go. Note that she doesn't touch the bell with her right hand in that that break between rep 1 and rep 2. All right, here you go, Mira. So she'll go to the elbow, and then to the straight arm, and then the straight arm's as high as she's going to go. And then she goes back down flat. Note she doesn't touch it with her right hand, and then she repeats it again. All right, we're up together.
Left hand side, guys.
All right, and then we're back up for swings again next. Same thing, 10 reps. All right, here we'll start in 5 seconds. All right, here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we're up together.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Sweet. Okay, so next one, we'll do that same half get up on the right side. All right, 2, 1, and go. So just to the tall sit, and then she goes all the way back down flat again. Good, and then just one more rep. Good. All right, we're up together, ready for 2. All right, then we're back to our swings again. Same thing, 10 reps of 2-handed swings. We'll start in just about 5 seconds. All right, here we go, 10 reps. All right, here we go, 10 together.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job, everybody.
All right, next one we're going to do goblet squats. Goblet squats are just 5 reps, but try to pause for a 2 count at the bottom of each one. Start in 10 seconds. So I'll kind of call a tempo for Mira, and then you try to match that as you go. As Mira gets your bell up. It'll be a down and hold. 1, 2, up. Good. Just like that. Down and hold. 1, 2, up. 2, down and hold. 1, 2, up. 3. 1, 2, up. 4, last one. 1, 2, and up. Good, there's your 5. Now we're up.
Let's go, everybody. Ready? And go. 1, 2, up. 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 Good.
All right, same 10 swings next. About 10 seconds. All right, ready? And let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. All right, here we go. 10 together.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, right, so next we're going to have push-ups. Same thing as a goblet squat. So it'll be 5 reps with that same kind of 2 count at the bottom. If you need to pull out your chair or if you want to get the box in here, go ahead. All right, 10 seconds. Now ready? And we'll go. 1, 2, up. 1, 2, up. 2. 1, 2, up. 3. 1, 2, up. 4. 1, 2, up. There's 5. All right, here we go. We're up together. 5
Let's go,
reps.
everybody. 5 with that pause. 1, 2, up. 1. 1, 2, up. 2. 1, 2, up. 3. 1, 2, up. 4. 1, 2, up. 5.
Nice. All right, so then we've got 2-handed swings for 10 again, and then after that will be a break for 60 seconds. So Mira will start in just about 5 seconds here. Just 1 round. Here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job, guys.
All right, so break for is about 80 seconds actually, and then we'll just hit that whole thing one more time, and that'll be it for sort of the workout part, and then we'll switch to just some stretching to finish up. YouTube, is audio still good? Mike, can you still hear us all right? Just want to make sure we're all squared away. Let us know.
Carly, die hard, Insta fan. Oh, Mikey.
About 30 seconds.
Good little recharge.
All right, thanks, Mike. All right, so again, we're just going to hit that whole series one more time, starting with 2-handed swings. Mira will start that in 5 seconds. All right, ready, Mira? And go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, here we go.
Let's go, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
All right, so next we have that half get up lefty for 2 in a row. And again, do your best to avoid your right hand touching it as you transition from rep 1 into rep 2. 10 seconds, and then Mira will start. Ready? And go. Remember, it's just that tall sit. Just one more. Mira. All right, we're up together here.
Let's go, everybody. 2 on the left. Just to the hand. No touchy at the bottom.
No touching.
Good job, guys.
All right, so then we'll go back to two-handed swings, and then the right side of that together. All right, about 8 seconds.
Let's go, everybody. 10 swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job, everybody.
All right, and we'll just hit righty for that same half getter. All right, 5 seconds. And here we go. Just one more. Okay, we're up for righty now.
Right hand side for 2. Nice and controlled.
All right, home stretch here. We got swings and then squats, swings, push-ups, and then swings to finish. So swings for 10 right now. Ready? And go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we're up for 10.
Let's go, everybody. 10 swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job, everybody.
All right, so goblet squats with that 2-count holds next. Not too bad today. All right, got 5 seconds, the mirror's up for squats. All right, here we go. 1, 2, up. 1, 2, up. 1, 2, up. 1, 2, up. One more. 1, 2, up. All right, 5 to us.
Go, everybody. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, up. 1. 1, 2, up. 2. 1, 2, up. 3. 1, 2, up. 4. 1, 2, up. 5.
Right.
Nice recharge.
So we've got swings, and then push-ups, and then swings, and then that's it for the workout part, and then some stretching. All right, 5 seconds. All right, let's go, Mira. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and all right, here we go.
Let's go, nice and easy. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
home stretch. Push-ups, swings, done.
And stretch.
All right. The push-ups will have that same 2 count at the bottom. 5 reps, just like before. All right, here we go. 1, 2, up. 1, 2, up. 2. 1, 2, up. 3. 1, 2, up. 4. 1, 2, up. And 5. All right. 5 for us.
Let's go, everybody. 1, 2, up, 1. 1, 2, up, 2. Come on, stay tight. 1, 2, up, 3. 1, 2, up, 4. Come on, best one. 1, 2, up, 5. Nice job, everybody.
All right, guys, 10 swings, and then kettlebell part is done. All right, Mira, you ready? 2, 1, and go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, here we go.
Let's go, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job, everybody.
Cool. Grab a breather, catch your breath, and then we'll move into stretching for a few minutes. Whew. Did we get any requests for stretches? Those of you who are watching right now, if you have any requests for body parts or muscle groups for stretches, put them into the comments and we can try to incorporate those. We got like 1 minute to get your request in.
1 minute.
1 minute.
Neck work.
Neck work. Who says that?
Kylie.
Neck and shoulders go together most of the time.
All right, you got it.
All right, so neck work can be a little tricky to do. It can be tricky to do even with in-person coaching, and the whole virtual thing is even more difficult, I think. So we'll start by trying to go over a concept that I hope will help, and you have to sort of connect the dots on your own since we can't be there to work with you. But in general, most of us in today's world with phones, laptops, all that sort of thing, end up getting really kinked back here. We're kind of stuck in this position a lot. We call it like a chin poke, right? So if I'm standing up and I were to exaggerate that, I'm going to try to make my chin go as far forward out over my toes as possible. And it's not a position that makes your neck feel good to be stuck in a lot, but most of us are there without realizing it because we're texting and we're doing a bunch of stuff like that. And so we want to try to do the opposite. So we're going to do a gliding motion. We're going to strive to accomplish a gliding motion for our neck, where it's sort of going to be like we're giving ourselves a double chin, but not quite exactly like that. And so what I want to think about doing is the opposite of a chin poke. So if my chin were to go way out like that, I want to try to have, yes, my chin pull back into me, but I want to pretend that there's an axis right between my ears, right? If I got like shot through one ear, out the other with like a bow and arrow, right? And I'm able to spin my head on that. So So I'm going to pull my chin back, and I'm going to spin my head in such a way where the little bumpy part in the back of my head goes up to the roof. Now, it's not going to be a really big motion, but hopefully we can get a little bit of a stretch back in this area. If you've never done these before, I encourage you to very gently place your hands with the web of your thumb on your chin, very gently, don't push, just very gently place, and then the crease of your pinky finger right on that bumpy part, or you could also use the web of your thumb there too, either one. But you're going to try to guide very gently into this position where I glide my chin back and I tip that bumpy part up. And let's go 10 reps. Each rep you just hold for a moment. That's 5 for me. I'm going to switch sides just to stay balanced. Remember, I'm not pushing. It's just your body works as a unit, so it helps guide a little bit. All right, so that'd be one of the main ones to work on. And being tight there, I saw that Carly also said shoulders. Being tight there, there's a bunch of nerves that come out of your neck that are involved with your shoulders and all the way down your arm. And when your neck is grumpy there, those nerves get irritated and can cause your shoulder to feel tight and achy too. And so sometimes you'll sort of kill two birds with one stone, where loosening up your neck will help other things downstream of that and make your shoulders feel a little bit better too. But then as far as going after the shoulders directly, that's also probably a good idea for most of us. Kettlebells are pretty demanding on the shoulders, and since we're all obviously doing a lot of kettlebells right now, it's important that we take care of our shoulders too. And there's a few components of that. Mira is always really good about putting in thoracic mobility work into most of our warm-ups, but we could probably do a little bit more since today's got time allocated for stretching. So for the shoulders, there's sort of two components. I'll let Mira cover some thoracic mobility, which is sort of where your shoulder connects to your core. And then after maybe she does something for that, I'll cover something directly for the shoulder to finish up with for today. So if you have any thoracic stuff you want to do.
So your thoracic is going to move in 4 ways, right? We do enough of flexion, which is that forward-facing stuff. And what we don't do enough of is extension, right? So your upper back is supposed to move and is supposed to be able to extend backwards without breaking into low back, right? And it's also supposed to be able to rotate from side to side, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do one from standing. Most of the stuff I like to do like on a foam roller at home, but just for ease here, we're going to place your hands behind your neck, and then try to get your elbows to touch together if you can. And then from here, you're going to put your feet together, squeeze your butt cheeks together so that you can't bend through your lower back, and then just try to point your elbows up to the ceiling. And it's not going to be a huge movement, right? I obviously didn't move too much, but it's just movement. You just want to get a little bit of movement right in between your shoulder blades.
And Mira's very good at this. She's going to be a lot better at it than most people who are watching the video. What you're trying to avoid is motion from this area. You see that? And you see how Mira also counter moved by her knees going forward on that rep. We don't really want that to happen for it. So she'll demo one or two more good ones here, where it's sort of from the rib cage up is where the motion is happening, and from the rib cage down, probably not a lot should be happening there.
So that you can even do if you're sitting in a chair too, when you're sitting really nice and upright on your sits bones. And then another one that I like to do, you can even do this like seated if you're sitting on a chair or something like that. But basically, what you want to do is you want to keep your hips from moving around, right? So something that's going to keep your hips honest. So you can either bend your knees like this if your hamstrings are a little tight, or you can put them forward like this. Cross your arms here like this, and then move side to side. And again, having your legs together like this will help it so that you're not moving from your lower back and your hips to get that rotation, right?
And again, Mira's one of the most mobile people you'll ever meet. Most people, including myself,
Yeah,
I can't even sit. I can't
yeah.
even sit like that. And so you can do the same thing by sitting on a chair and taking a pillow or a rolled up towel. This happens to be paper towels, and giving a little squeeze there, and then we can go there, whatever you want to do, and get that same sort of twist and rotation from this position. This way. So you can see I'm about 90 degrees-ish at the hips. And that should be a pretty attainable position for, I think, everybody out there. If I can do it, you can do it. Most people can probably not do that version well, although it makes me jealous of it. Okay, well, just a couple minutes left here. We'll go ahead and transition into just one more for shoulders. Dash this one back out of the way. And so again, the ones that Mira just did will help shoulders, but there's more components that we can tackle. So this last one we'll just do is a pretty classic shoulder stretch. I need to back up to see on camera. Yeah, it's just called a sleeper stretch. And I prefer to do this on a wall if you have a flat wall available. If you don't, then the floor is fine. I actually have been doing these throughout the past few days. My shoulder's been feeling tight. So I'm gonna get into a position like this, just like I'm starting a Turkish get up, but without a kettlebell. Right? And my arm, I like to have my elbow about even with the bottom of my sternum. I personally don't like it way out here, and I think most people who need this stretch probably aren't going to be ready to put their arm out there anyway. So we're going to have your elbow about even with your sternum. My thumb is in also by my sternum. I don't want my hand away from me. I want my hand in by my sternum, so my elbow is bent a lot. And I'm going to be very gently pushing my wrist bone down until I feel just the start of a stretch in the back of my shoulder. And there's a few ways we can do this, but my favorite is to use short kind of pulses. So I ease off, and then I go down. And I ease off, and I go down. And I'm going to do 20 of these. If you're following along with me, go ahead and count yourself to 20. 4, 5, 6. All right, that was 20 for me on that side. If you're still finishing your 20, go ahead and finish up. And then we'll hit it on this side. So I'm all the way sideline. My hips are stacked on top of each other. My shoulders are stacked on top of each other. I'm holding my wrist bone, not my fingers. Okay? And then I'm pushing down only till I feel the onset of a stretch. It's not a massive stretch, and it certainly does not hurt. It's just a little bit of resistance in the back of the shoulder, and then back off. Again, I'm going to do 20. Five more for me. All right, after your 20, that'll probably be good for today. I would encourage you, if you followed along and actually did all of those, once you make your way back to your feet, see how your shoulders feel. Do you feel like you can keep your elbows straight and go all the way overhead pretty well without doing that back arch thing that we were demonstrated with the previous one? Ideally, we want to be able to do that, especially if you train a lot of kettlebells. If we're doing things like a double military press overhead, we really want that mobility to be there. But of course, it's going to help other things like your pull-ups and chin-ups and things of that nature. And if you do what Mira does and you're a competitive weightlifter, and now Madam President of the Oregon LWC, being mobile and in control of your overhead position is super important. So, All right, guys, that's what we've got for you today. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you had a nice, enjoyable, light workout. And then last thing before we sign off for the day, if you haven't already nominated us for Best Gym in Portland, we really appreciate that. We finished second place last year and would love to get that top spot this year. So there's a link on the students group. And if you're not on the Facebook students group, you can email us and we'll send you a direct link. Or you can just find it at Willamette Week's website, right front and center on their landing page. Again, if you can't find it yourself, then just ping us an email or a DM and we'll send you a link directly.
And it's industrial strength gym.
Industrial strength gym. Yeah, please include the word gym on it. Anything else? All right, guys.
Thanks,
Enjoy the
everybody.
rest of your Sunday. Thank you much. See you tomorrow.
Bye.